Well, we're having a hot weekend by the looks of things. Well, we had a hot last week. I mean, it was absolutely scorching. Clouds started slowly coming a bit stronger by sort of late Friday yesterday, and it chucked it down in West Yorkshire. I'd seen some bits and pieces online, and somebody had put a video up of it absolutely slaughtering down, and it had given it on record that we were going to get it as well here in East Yorkshire. Now, as the clouds started to roll in later on in the day, and it was getting darker and heavy and overcast, and I thought, you know, we might even get a storm coming here. And I think it was around dinner time that I first felt a couple of drops of water, but we never had another drop all day. It stayed dry, but the wind was up. We definitely had a reasonable amount of wind. So yeah, but the weather is nice. I mean, it's a bit cloudy today, but I think we're in for another hot one by the looks of it. I mean, at the minute, this is showing us 23 degrees, whereas yesterday was showing 29 degrees. But we've still got time for it to get hotter yet. So I hope you lot are all enjoying the weather and what have you. It's certainly nice here. It's sometimes a little too hot. I have to go in, out of it, because me being a bit fair-skinned, I have a tendency to burn. Today, I'm going to be a little busier. Well, it's been quite a busy weekend anyway so far. And obviously there's another day of it to go yet, but it's been a bank holiday weekend. And it has been particularly busy, or it's going to be today, as we're having a sort of barbecue. It was all sort of like suddenly decided on the spot we were having a barbecue yesterday. So I got a load of pork loin chops off the butcher yesterday instead of a joint of meat, and then I'm going to pick up a few bits and pieces when I say a few bits and pieces, quite a few bits and pieces at Tesco's now, more than I would normally pick up on a weekend. And yeah, we're having this sort of barbecue, as I say, and that's because I went and checked yesterday the state of our barbecue. Now, what it was, I thought that we'd gotten rid of ours, and it was still my my son's barbecue that was left at our house. But it turns out what happened was I think he went and I remember him picking his barbecue up, so I was thinking, well, that's it, I've got no barbecue left, so I was pretty sure I scrapped mine, because I knew it was, you know, it's getting in a sorry state like. But anyway, after the discussion, we decided what we'd do is we'd just cook it in the grill and eat it outside. So obviously you just make a load of barbecue sauce on, and it gets the flavour just right. And also it helps if you burn a few bits and pieces as well, doesn't it? But but I went and had a look. Now the barbecue, as it happens, is actually still in my back wooden shed, but it's in a very sorry state. It's all covered in cobbies at the minute. But when I looked underneath, there's no gas bottle, and then it sort of dawned on me. I remember my son using the gas bottle on his, but he had to take my regulator as well. And there are a few different models of those. So that would mean me buying a regulator and a new gas bottle. So I thought, well, rather than go to that expense, we'll just cook it in the grill. So there you go, that's what I'm doing this afternoon. And I'm just on my way to pick up a load more bits from Tesco now. And yeah, so that's going to be my day sorted. been a busy one. I was panicking a bit actually on Friday. I do my pills on a Friday evening. Make them all up into the pots for the days and the week. And I was missing one. Now that one in particular is a very mild, low dose antidepressant, and I was out of them. They were to be picked up on the Friday, and obviously by Friday night there's no way I'd seen anything, and with it being a bank holiday weekend I'd have been waiting till Tuesday before I could get any more. So I was panicking a bit and starting to feel a bit low and what have you. Obviously when the panic sets in that makes things worse anyway. But the wife's carer came in this morning. She had picked them up on the Friday, but on the Friday evening because she didn't get a chance on the morning. So the doom and gloom has stopped. So I did I was getting a bit panicky about that, I must admit. You know what, I'm just going to go back straight through over there because it can be a bit tight on the doors with this one. So it's a nice day, glorious day. I had my car actually, my other car. This was a strange one. My brother was talking to me. Now he's gotten rid of his car recently. He was getting rid of his because he didn't really need that one anymore because he still had the one from the wife and that. So basically, what he did was he put it on WeBuyAnyCar.com. Now they do underpay a little bit, and I had already gotten a quote on mine, and as it happens, it was It was only about £150 or something like that. Well, I think it started at 125, and then they upped it to 150. But I've already taken it off the road and that for legally. It would mean I've then got to drive it down to Hull. You can request a pickup, I think, from them, but basically it was still pending an inspection, and I know I would have gotten less than that. But strangely enough, there I was talking to my brother about it on the night. We were messaging each other backwards and forwards about it and that. And I get a knock at the door, and I went out, and there's 3 decidedly, in my opinion, slightly dodgy looking characters. I think all it was, they were just they were the kind of blokes that like to make fast turnovers out of second cars. Oh, we're just driving by. Is this for sale? I'll give you £100 to take it away, sort of thing, And I was like, well, you could do. I said, it's got a few problems, and the bloke they were still sat in the car said, give us half an hour, we'll come back. And sure enough, they did come back about 20 minutes later or something like that, and then had a go and turned the engine over, and I was explaining to him about the gearbox and that, and eventually said, no, it's no good, and they left. But it was very strange how it was just at the time I was talking to my brother about it. So, but that's still on the drive. So I'm probably just going to stick it on Facebook, put it on for spares or repairs. Like I say, the engine's good. So if anybody's needing an engine for one and is willing to put the work in, but the gearbox is no good.
day, well, end of the enjoyable part of the day. So yeah, it's been a big day really. We had an all round for food, and as you can see, we went to the park afterwards, and you know, just we didn't spend long in the park, like just enough time to, you know, let the kids blow off a little bit of steam, I suppose. Although the oldest granddaughter likes to just sit. She's teens now, so we don't do all that stuff anymore. You know what they're like. But yeah, it's been a good day really. It hasn't been as hot as it has been, but it's been, you know, it's been hot enough. But I'd had absolutely loads of food. I've still got loads left. I've got some wrapped up over there, and I'm starting to sort of clean up and put stuff away. All outside's done now, because obviously there was stuff everywhere out there. So yeah, it's been a good day. So you know, I can only hope you lot have had just as good a weekend really. Bank holiday Monday tomorrow, of course, so many of you won't be back at work yet or anything. But yeah, it's what I'm going to say, there was something, I can't remember. I don't know if any of you have seen, I don't know what you make of the new DJI Spark, those of you that are into drones. It's, I mean, obviously it's not going to be for the sort of those who want to make very cinematic footage or anything like that. I think it's definitely the way it's designed and the way it works with the gesture control and everything. I think it's more for the fun factor and for those who want to be on the spur of the moment, just get a short aerial selfie of themselves with a group and stuff like that, maybe a little bit of aerial footage and what have you to share online. It's not really going to be much more than that. It's nice, don't get me wrong, but for what it is, it's overpriced, definitely. I mean, it's what, here in the UK, I think it's £500 just for the drone with a battery, which, you know, that's, and it's what, 15-16 minutes of flight time? No thank you. Yeah, but don't get me wrong, it's a nice little thing, but for that price, definitely not. I think it should be no more than sort of 250 quid for something like that. 300 maybe at a push. But, you know, I mean, they'll come down in price eventually, but usually what they tend to try and do is cycle through a different design so they can keep the price there, don't they? You know, at the end of the day, they work to a price point. But, no, it's still an interesting product, definitely. What else was there? I can't remember, you know. There's so much that I wanted to talk about this week. It goes through your head, especially when you've been busy. Like, I mean, it's like I've still got loads of reviews to do. I mean, just some of it's been on my behalf, just not really feeling up to it. I've been out to my mother's and done a few bits and pieces for my mother around the house that needed finishing off, you know, from when I started on stuff and what have you. You know, now that my dad's in the home down at Bridlington, you know, so I've been sort of helping her sort out some bits and pieces at home and what have you. But no, it's no, I just can't remember what it was I wanted to talk to you about. There was something, but yeah, I've just generally been busy, and the thing is, I've also got into this habit of, while the wife's asleep, watch YouTube without headphones on. So then when it comes to where I've got to wear headphones, I don't want to do it. That's some of it, definitely. So there's a little bit, you know, but yeah. So anyway, guys, I thought I had one of the dogs sneaking in there. Yeah, because Fred hasn't been well. He wasn't well on. Well, he's been on and off having this cough and what have you, and then he was having trouble with going for a poo and stuff like that. So I had him at the vet's. The vet can't find anything specifically wrong other than he had a raised temperature, and he had this bit of a cough that he didn't think was anything. He said his breathing's fine. and his heart's fine and everything. So he said it could be that he's got an upper respiratory. So he had an injection to bring his temperature down. He's got some pills that I've been giving him, which should have finished by the middle of this coming week. So, but yeah, but he's eating fine now. He is when he gets nice stuff anyway. But anyway, guys, I am going to call it a day and say do take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all next week. Cheers, guys. See you.